Hello and welcome back to another episode of County Perspective, the show that focuses on Frederick County government, local programs and events, and the community that you live in. I'm your host, Brandon Rosa, and thank you for joining us. There have been lots of things happening around the county recently, so let's start things off with some recent news from Winchester Hall. County Executive Jan Gardner was pleased to announce the nomination of Ray Gallagher as a new Frederick County Board of Education member during the public information briefing that was held on Tuesday, January 14th. Gallagher will be filling in an unexpired term that was originally held by previous board member Joyce Schaefer, who resigned to become the Director of Government Affairs for Frederick County government. The county charter requires the county executive to nominate a person to fill any midterm vacancies on the Board of Education, with confirmation by the County Council. When the vacant position was announced, 17 letters of interest and resumes were submitted to the County Council. The Council approved the 6 candidates to move forward for an interview process. Those interviews were televised and public comment was taken during the December 17, 2019 Council meeting. The Council voted to forward the names of 3 candidates to Executive Gardner. Executive Gardner appointed Gallagher based on her extensive background in education, serving youth and communities in Maryland and beyond. Gallagher currently works as Program Director for the Center for Supportive Schools. There, she works with schools and school districts to improve how learning happens.
Ms. Gallagher holds a master's degree in public administration. She understands how a board works and the issues that the Frederick County Board of Education is currently facing, such as the importance of statewide funding with all of the recommendations coming from the Kerwin Commission, the need for community engagement, and the impacts that concentrations of poverty can have on a school.
Gallagher will serve until her term ends in December of 2020. County Executive Jan Gardner, Frederick dignitaries, and members from the League of Women Voters gathered in Winchester Hall on Tuesday, January 14th for a Frederick at its Best ceremony to celebrate the 100th anniversary of the 19th Amendment and the League of Women Voters. Before August 18th of 1920, women were not allowed to vote and were denied basic rights, including owning land, and women had no legal claim to money earnings. All of this changed on August 18th of 1920, when the 19th Amendment was ratified into the United States Constitution. Now, in Frederick, Maryland, and across the United States, there are more women registered to vote than men. Over the last 100 years, the League of Women Voters has become a trusted, nonpartisan, grassroots organization. They strengthen and uphold their mission to empower voters and defend democracy. They advocate for free and fair elections, civil rights for children, community health, and education. You can catch the full Frederick at its Best ceremony on FCG-TV Channel 19 and HD Channel 1085, as well as Frederick County Government's YouTube channel. Community members gathered at the Root Building in downtown Frederick on Monday, January 13th for the 2nd annual video pitch competition known as Pitchcraft. 3 local businesses were nominated to be in the competition based off of their video pitch that was filmed in the Office of Economic Development building last year. A panel of judges viewed the 3 pitch videos and voted for CarTech LLC as the winners of the competition. CarTech received a $1,000 check for winning the competition. CarTech also received an additional $500 check for winning the vote from the People's Choice. We spoke with the Director of Frederick County's Office of Economic Development, Helen Profiter, to find out more details of the event. Let's hear what she had to say.
About a year ago, the Office of Economic Development was able to put together pitch services so that businesses could come into our location and for free get a video made of whatever their pitch is. We started this service and we saw what quality pitches that were happening, and we decided to kind of put together a pitch competition for these businesses. The judges hear all 3 videos and then they go into a room and discuss. In both times we've done this, there is a clear winner. The businesses sit down and say, this business executed out their pitch better than the others. So we're going to offer these pitch competitions every quarter. If this is something you're interested in, just give us a call, either the Office of Economic Development or the main number where we're located at Root, and we'll sign you up. We'll coach you through the process of how to do a video, and then you'll be cued in for the next round of our video pitch competition.
If you would like to submit your business pitch to Root's Business Pitch Services, or for more information, visit discoverfrederick.com/pitch. Frederick County Public Libraries was recently awarded a collaborative competition grant. This grant money will allow FCPL to enhance their youth programming by creating an interactive gaming environment. Let's head over to the Walkersville Branch Library to learn how FCPL is using video games to reach local teens.
So we recognized here at Walkersville, probably December of last year, 2018, that there was a large contingent of kids who were very interested in Fortnite and were asking, can we play Fortnite on your PlayStation? Can we play Fortnite on your Xbox? We didn't have that ability. And so we realized there's obviously a need. You have to have some type of format to play it on, either an iPad or an iPhone or a PlayStation 4, a traditional gaming system. So we tried it with our laptops. We found there wasn't enough memory on our laptops to maintain what they needed to hold for the system, as well as play Fortnite. So that's why we wrote the grant, was to get some material that we could solely devote to Fortnite and other possible potential gaming apps. We received a little over $8,700 from the Maryland State Library, and that purchased 12 iPad Airs, as well as stands, hotspots to run the program, and then controllers as well. As part of the grant, every branch will be offering either a Fortnite program or a GarageBand program between December and February. And then after that, they'll be held at our IT office, and then anybody in the system can request them to do programming as well. Every teen teen librarian that is going to be offering this program had to be trained in Fortnite. And the majority of the training consisted of playing the game. Plus knowing a little bit about the game and what you can and can't do. That's what the parents want to know. How appropriate is this? What is my kid doing? The kids want to know, okay, now I've got this pickaxe, but I don't know what to do with it. And so every teen librarian that's offering this program in Frederick County will be trained in both games before they can offer it. You can play Fortnite with your friends. You can drop into the same party, or you can play as part of a squad. But this is a bit more safer environment because you are monitored by our teens. Plus, we don't have the option for the kids to communicate with one another. So if the parent was worried that the kid might hear or be engaged in bullying, they can't do that here. It's a bit more safer environment that way. As with all of our programs, for more information, visit www.fcpl.org.
Be sure to stick around. We have plenty more coming up on County Perspective. Welcome back to County Perspective. I'm your host, Brandon Rosa. Now in a bit, we'll learn about the county's 2 large solar array projects. But first, let's find out who this episode's featured pet is.
Mo arrived at FCAC in February of 2019, making her one of our longest residents. This sweet 6-year-old has lived in numerous areas of the shelter and is now thriving in her own suite. Mo loves to be with someone but prefers a quieter environment with just one feline roommate. She enjoys playing with various toys and has recently decided to become a serious lab cat. Visit Mo at Frederick County Animal Control and Pet Adoption Center, 1832 Rosemont Avenue.
It seems like everywhere you go, people are turning to alternative sources of energy. More and more homes seem to be installing solar panels on their roofs to either offset energy prices or to help the environment. Did you know Frederick County has also been making strides towards the future and is currently implementing their second large array of solar panels? Let's take a look to find out more on these two projects.
We're seeing an increase in solar installations, not just at the homeowner scale, but at these larger scale, utility scale installations for large landowners like Frederick County government. And a lot of the reason why we're seeing that is because the economics of these have gotten to the point where it competes with traditional electricity sources, such as what you just buy off of the grid. And so now we're able to start to really look at how we might be able to start substituting some of our older energy production using solar electricity.
This facility is our Ballinger-McKinney wastewater treatment plant solar array, which is a 1 megawatt array under construction presently. Should go into service in the next couple months. The other large solar project that the county has is one at our Wrightsford Road landfill, and that is a 2 megawatt project that is in operation, and it supplies about 7 county facilities with power through a virtual net metering agreement.
One of the neat things about solar is it feeds the electric grid. So as we put more and more renewables on the electric grid, that grid becomes cleaner and cleaner. So for example, if you were to have electric vehicles in your fleet, the energy that you would use to produce them would get cleaner and cleaner over time as that electricity production cleaned up. And in Frederick County, for example, one of our solar facilities is actually powering our transit division for electric buses.
So for this project, most of the power, if not all of it, will go to power up parts of the Ballinger-McKinney wastewater treatment plant. This is the most advanced and largest wastewater treatment plant in the county. So this power will allow them to have about 20%, up to 20% of their power from a renewable source right here on site. The other project, which is the Wrightsford Road landfill solar project, we have a power purchase agreement with Tesla Energy to buy power for 2 decades. That project actually powers up 7 county facilities. Those facilities include the Scale House out at the landfill, Winchester Hall, Seaver Arts Library, Urbana Library, the Emmitsburg Library and Senior Center, as well as the transit bus chargers and the Frederick Senior Center.
Our county has a goal to power 20% of its buildings through renewable energy as a part of a Maryland Smart Energy Communities. And so we've been able to do that through these 2 solar PV installations that we've put in.
Both of these projects are actually helping us meet those goals at very good electric rates. At 6.6 cents per kilowatt hour for solar power for 20 years, it never goes up, for a solar supply, for instance, from the landfill, is an excellent rate. And we're hedging the cost of increases in electricity by locking that rate in for 20 years.
We're producing our own homegrown electricity that is cheaper than what we would be able to buy on the grid. The other thing that we're giving the taxpayer is the environmental benefit of producing clean energy instead of generating dirty energy and having the emissions from that dirty energy.
I would stress that we're looking at 2 different models here. The one at the landfill, which we started first about 3 years ago, that project is a sort of public-private partnership, and it's through a solar power purchase agreement that we're acquiring that power. We wanted to explore that because we did not want to invest any money in something that we didn't know that much about. This is the next step. Now we're looking at, we know a little bit more about it, why don't we own and operate the system? And so we went out and we found grant money to basically pay for most of this project. With this system in place, and in a couple years, we'll be able to compare those 2 models and see which one works best for our operations.
We need to be able to produce clean energy in the world. And everybody who understands that we are facing some environmental crises also understands that there are opportunities in creating a new economy around how we use and how we produce and use energy.
You want to learn a new skill, stay active, or do something creative? Well, take a look at this because several Frederick County divisions are offering lots of events, programs, and promotions throughout the area. To find more events and programs, or for more information, log on to the county's webpage, frederickcountymd.gov. At the end of our show, we like to mention a few recent events, along with things our viewers should keep an eye out for in the upcoming weeks. February is Black History Month, and this year, it starts on Saturday, February 1st, and ends on Friday, February 28th. Community members are invited to attend a Frederick at its Best proclamation ceremony on Thursday, February 6th, starting at 11 a.m., located in the first floor hearing room of Winchester Hall. Frederick County Public Libraries will be hosting activities and story time for Black History Month. Just visit fcpl.org, click on the Participate tab, and look at the calendar for the month of February to find an activity at your nearest FCPL branch. Also, don't forget to look for Black History Month events going on in Frederick County. January is National Blood Donor Month, and if you'd like to participate, there are many locations around the county that are hosting blood donation centers. The American Red Cross will be hosting a donation drive at the Frederick County Health Department on January 29th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and will be held in Auditorium Entrance B, located on 350 Montague Lane in Frederick. The donation process takes an average of 10 minutes, but designate an hour of your time due to the amount of participants. Remember, your donation matters. You can save a life. To sign up for your donation, visit the Health Department's webpage at frederickcountymd.gov/health department and click on the sign up link under the list of calendar events. For more information, call 1-800-RED Cross. That's it for this episode of County Perspective. Don't forget to follow Frederick County on social media in order to keep up to date on important news and events. We'll see you next time for a fresh look from a county perspective.